For Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser here with Evangel Christian standout Gabriel Reliford, who is, if you're watching this video, he's just announced his top 3 college choices heading into decision day tomorrow. Gabe, appreciate you, man, chatting a little bit tonight about just kind of where you are leading into decision day. Why don't you go ahead and tell the folks yourself the 3 that stood out to the top of your nice list of offers?
So my top three is Ole Miss, Vandy, and Texas A&M. Man, those three really just, first off, I wanted to play in the SEC. That's always been a goal of mine, and all three of those schools have given me a great opportunity to come in and play early. And the staff being what the staffs are at all three of the schools, and the teams, and the atmosphere there. All of them are great places to be. So that is kind of how I came and narrowed down my decision to those three.
You've had a heck of a 6 months or so recruiting trail wise, just rattling through the offers really quickly. Louisiana Tech, Texas Southern, Arkansas State, Tulane, the Raging Cajuns, Air Force, Memphis, Southern Miss, Eastern Michigan, SMU, Texas State, ULM. Vanderbilt offered on April 28th, Middle Tennessee, SEMO, Ole Miss on May 10th, Tulsa, Baylor, Arizona State. A&M came in on May 22nd, and then more recently, Army and Kansas State. You mentioned some of the rationale that set those 3 SECs apart, and how that SEC league was something that stood out to you as a guy growing up here in the Southeast. Take me through more just the significance of what an SEC offer means, what an SEC opportunity means to go to the next level, and why that league stands out to you so much.
I mean, the SEC is just the SEC, man. SEC has produced the most NFL players. So, going there, you're playing the best of the best, pretty much NFL guys every week, man. And I just can't see a better league to be in as far as trying to make it to the highest level of football, which is the NFL. And, me, that's my goal. That's been my goal since I was young. And I feel like, playing in the SEC is going to get me there for sure, especially with all the great coaches that, that are riddled around in the SEC, man. And, me being from Louisiana, LSU has always been a big school for me. But, unfortunately, they haven't came around, which is fine. But, just seeing them play in the league that they're playing in, then and me getting older and learning more and more about it, man, I feel like that's just the place that I want to be.
We'll go through each of those 3, I guess, in the order that they offered you. And you've had a chance to get out there and visit with each of them. Vanderbilt, who has been the coach, or who have been the coaches that have really been building that relationship with you, and what stands out so much about the Commodores to make that 3, in addition to being obviously an SEC school?
Honestly, man, it's just a crazy family atmosphere there, man. As soon as you get there, you feel like the welcoming vibe there, man. People who've been recruiting me the most has been Coach Black, Coach Hay, and Coach Lee, the head coach. Those 3 have really been really heavy on me. They were the first SEC school to actually, take the chance on me and offer me, which I'm very grateful for. But those 3 are the 3 that have been recruiting me the most.
And then Ole Miss, kind of the same sort of thing. What stands out about Ole Miss, and they've had a nice run of Louisiana guys jumping on board, including a guy from up toward your direction, and Big Joe Cryer, who's going to be at Natchitoches Central now, as well as a couple now 3 New Orleans area guys. Who has been recruiting you heavily from the Rebels from a coaching standpoint, and how much have you heard from Joe and some of these other Louisiana guys jumping on board that Ole Miss train?
Oh man, I've been getting recruited pretty heavy. Coach Joyner, he's been the main push on my recruiting for Ole Miss. Obviously, I have visited up there, and a couple of those guys that have committed. I actually was on an official visit with those guys, so I kind of got the vibe that they will commit already. And I'm happy for those guys, especially being from Louisiana. We all got to eat over here. And down in New Orleans section, I know BB, I know Bernard, Causey Heat. And, he a big time player. I feel like Ole Miss is a great place for him. But, Ole Miss is such a football town, man. It's like, it's hard to fail over there, man. So, I mean, it's big time, man. They have been having a lot of recruits come in, but we'll just have to see tomorrow what my decision is as far as, if it's Ole Miss or not.
Does everybody in the state just know BB at this point because of his personality?
Nah, no doubt, man. I know BB because my friend Tyreek played 707 with him, and yeah, that's how I know about him. But yeah, he a real out there guy, man. His personality is definitely different, you know. So yeah.
And last but not least, Texas A&M, I mentioned, made the move on May 22nd. I know that was another really big one for you, and they've had a nice pipeline of Louisiana talent, including up there in the Shreveport area. Anything else you can say about the Aggies, including the coaches that have really been on you heavily from those guys that has them in that top three?
Yeah, Coach Fisher, uh, Coach Rushing, and Coach E, man. All three are great coaches, great welcoming guys, man. I recently have visited up there this past weekend. It wasn't official, it was unofficial, but they got me in with some official guys. Man, it was crazy, man. It was a great atmosphere, man. Great people, man. The team's good, you know. Academics is up there as well. I just feel like that's a great spot to be as well, man. The A&M offer definitely meant a lot. I'm glad I got to visit up there this past weekend, most definitely.
For whomever it is on Tuesday when you make the announcement, what do those coaches and those fans need to know, and those future teammates need to know about who you are and what you're bringing to your college home?
Man, I feel like what they need to know is, man, I'm gonna come in and work early, man. I'm graduating early, so I'm gonna get a great chance, you know, to come in and play. But they're getting a hard worker, playmaker, man. When I come in, man, I'm gonna definitely make a difference, no doubt.
And I mean, 6'2.5", pushing 6'3", 250 pounds. Junior year, 129 tackles, 27 for loss, 6 sacks, some forced fumbles. And then you come out there this spring at 240 and run a 10-900, which you don't see a whole lot of. Have you always just been a big guy that could fly, or did you have a big growth spurt and you were a fast guy that then gained size, or was it a lot of work to get to that speed? Kind of take me through that background to have that kind of freak trait of that speed at that size, and where some of that comes from.
Yes, sir. My origin starts at running back, so I really have never been slow, but I definitely have had to work at it since my ninth grade year because going from seventh to eighth grade, yeah, I was pretty big at the time, but I definitely started lifting a lot of weights coming into my ninth grade year, and that caused me to be a little stiff because of me not stretching. So I mean, I definitely had to work on it because I did lose a little bit of speed, but my strength and conditioning coach, Coach Carter, man, he's been a great help with that, man. He's got me right, man. I just been trusting the process, man. And what you see now is, I mean, that's just a product of hard work, honestly, man. I mean, I fast speed, but nothing. I wasn't crazy blessed with it, but you know, it's just hard work. It was been hard work.
When you think about that hard work, and when you think about the patience to wait for that recruiting blow up that came a few months back, regardless of which school it is, how special of an opportunity is it for you to just know, for you and your family to know, okay, we're going to take this thing to the next level. I'm going to have a chance to be a big time college student athlete. Just how special is that overall?
Man, it's crazy, man. Honestly, I've always seen it coming. I don't know about my parents, but I've always seen it coming, man. I know, like, you know, hard work with faith, you always get what you want, man. And it's just surreal, honestly, to have all the options that I do have. And I'm just so thankful to God for giving me and putting me in this opportunity, giving me this opportunity and putting me in this position. My family, man, we're great, man. We've really been enjoying the recruiting process, man. But you know, we just feel like it's the perfect time to lock it down and go into the season running and be ready for January.
There you go. Again, everyone, make sure you keep up with Gabe's social media and everything on Tuesday for an announcement between those three schools: Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M. And make sure you keep an eye on he and his Eagles teammates this fall. I think they're going to have another nice season this fall come around, a really good senior group and some young up and coming talent around them. Appreciate you again, man, taking some time to chop it up and chat through all of it.
Yeah, no problem. No, thanks for having me.
You got it. Again, he's Gabriel Reliford, standout defensive edge rusher, versatile guy, track star at his size as well, up there at Evangel Christian. And for Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser.